Good evening. I am Claire Adelabu Abdul Razak, and you're welcome to a very rainy but calm Sunday evening on Newsline, only on the network service of the NTA. Now, in just over a week, Nigeria turns 65, and so do we, as citizens bound by one story. Now, it's a story not only written in books, but etched in our daily lives, in our struggles, and in our triumphs. So tonight, as we count down our news reports on Newsline, we call 65 Shades of the Journey. So think of Newsline tonight as a flight across Nigeria's spirit, where every stop reveals courage, hope about courage. We'll journey from Abuja to outer space, where Nigerian children enter orbit and share their voices from the skies, and from the skies to the seas, head to Ayetoro, a coastal town fighting waves that refuse to stop coming. And then in the courts, we uncover a tale of meaning, why justice wears the face of a woman, and what puzzles that symbolism still holds. All right, as your captain with the finest cabin crew behind me, I'll be going through these shades of our journey with you. So settle in, relax, and enjoy the ride as Newsline takes off in just a moment after the news. Vice President Kashim Shettima is on his way to New York to attend the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in the United States of America. It's holding from Monday, September the 22nd to Sunday, September the 28th, 2025. Vice President Shettima, who is representing President Bola Tinubu at the global event, will deliver Nigeria's national statement and join other dignitaries at the UN high-level general debates, among other side events. The Vice President would also announce Nigeria's new nationally determined contributions under the Paris Agreement at this year's UN special event on climate. In another news, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu celebrates with his wife, the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, on her 65th birthday. Now, fondly calling her name in a message to her, the President honored the love of his life, whom he describes as a woman of strength and enduring grace, who stood by him, the President, on the journey of his life. Thanking God for the First Lady's health and unwavering love, the President prays that the years ahead be filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment she so richly deserves. And Vice President Kashim Shettima has also expressed profound honor to Mother of the Nation, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, on her 65th birthday. A statement personally signed by the Vice President reflects on the countless years of brilliant motherhood, exemplary service to nationhood, and the brilliance, compassion, and steady support that a First Lady can provide to her husband and the entire nation. He notes that when the history of this great nation, and in particular President Tinubu's administration, is written, her name will be inscribed in gold. Wishing the First Lady continued good health, joy, peace, and fulfillment, the Vice President commends her sense of unity and upliftment of humanity that has touched millions of lives through her PET project, the Renewed Hope Initiative, which reverberates across the nation through women empowerment, youth development, education, and empowerment of the needy. We've also received a cross-section of goodwill to the First Lady. This one is coming from the Senate President, or rather the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, who greets the President's wife, Remi Tinubu, on her 65th birthday. describing her as a pillar of love, strength to the husband and the less privileged, and most importantly, the nation at large. In his congratulatory message, Akpabio says the First Lady is a radiation of love and a philanthropist of note who has proven time and again that love and the milk of kindness flow endlessly in her veins. Another message, this time from the Deputy President of the Senate, Barao Jibril, is also congratulating the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, on the occasion of her birthday. Commending her contribution to nation building through her pet project, the Renewed Hope Initiative, and praying God grants her long life, sound health, wisdom in her endeavors, and support to President Bola Tinubu to successfully deliver the Renewed Hope agenda for the peace and progress of the nation. We also have a message from the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, who commends the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu for choosing the occasion of her birthday to strengthen education, especially among the less privileged, through the Oluremi at 65 Education Fund. Describing the First Lady as the mother of the nation, Speaker Abbas notes that the President Bola Tinubu could not have had a better partner than his wife, who is equally an icon of democracy. And from former First Lady Dame Patience Jonathan comes this felicitation, and she praises Senator Oluremi Tinubu's unwavering commitment to humanitarian causes, nation building, and the upliftment of women and children across Nigeria. She notes that the milestone age of 65 is a testament to God's abundant grace and a life of impactful service. The former First Lady prayed for many more glorious years ahead for Senator Oluremi Tinubu, filled with sound health, divine protection, renewed strength, and enduring happiness. And in the same way, Niger State Governor Mohammed Umar Bago extends his heartfelt felicitation to the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, as she turns 65, saying it is a landmark age and appreciating God for allowing the celebrant to attain such a milestone in good health. The governor also prays that God continues to grant her more years, strength, and wisdom to serve humanity better. And Chairman, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, felicitates with the First Lady of Nigeria, Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, on her landmark 65th birthday, describing her as God sent to Nigeria. Dabiri Erewa, in a message, describes Senator Oluremi Tinubu as a rare gift, extolling the First Lady as a compassionate and dedicated woman. All right, to our other stories now. Historic Sultan Bello Mosque in Kaduna has lived with modern facilities provided by Tantita Security Services Limited, owned by government Ekpemupolo, popularly known as Tampolo. The renovation includes a new ablution center, restrooms, and a 300,000-liter water tank. Dennis Adeguloye tells us more.
The historic Sultan Bello Mosque in Kaduna now has a new look, courtesy of Tantita Security Service Limited, owned by Chief Government Ekpemupolo, popularly known as Tompolo. The 63-year-old mosque, named after Sultan Muhammadu Bello, the son of Sheikh Usman Danfodio and the second Sultan of Sokoto, stands as a symbol of faith, unity and tradition in the heart of northern Nigeria. The legacy now takes on a modern look with a state-of-the-art ablution center, modern restrooms and a 300,000-litre water tank designed to serve both worshippers and surrounding communities.
A 300,000 litre of overhead tank that will benefit the mosques.
The company also carried out full renovation works, restoring the dignity and status of the mosque as a central place of worship. The project, formally commissioned by President Bola Tinubu, has been described as a model of private sector partnership in community development.
This facility, especially this 300,000 litre water tank, will provide clean water for the surrounding communities here at Ngosserki. So as you can see, a lot of people will benefit from this water system. So it will go a long way in solving one of the major issues of lack of potable drinking water and water for daily use within these communities here.
The upgraded facilities promise greater comfort for worshippers, while reaffirming the mosque's role as a landmark of history and spirituality.
We appreciate, and all the people of Northern Nigeria, they are proud of this work.
With this gesture, Tantita Security Services Limited has again demonstrated its commitment to service beyond security operations, preserving heritage and helping to cater for everyday community needs. Dennis Adegunloye, NTA News.
And in an atmosphere of conflict and discord, women and children are most times the victims. Now, against such divide, Women for Peace in Nigeria stands committed to closing gaps and building bridges and promoting peace among Nigerians. Ngozi Technique was on the 27th anniversary of the organization, and this is what she brought back. For nearly 3 decades, Women for Peace in Nigeria has served as a catalyst for change, empowering women and youths, promoting peace in communities, and fostering unity across Nigeria. An initiative that has touched countless lives, inspiring a new generation of leaders.
We are happy as Nigerians that the first Mama Africa is coming from here. It means a lot for Nigerian women. What it means is that we are blazing the trail.
We are advocating that research and development should be initiated to review the gender-based violence against women.
Mama Africa is such a woman with a large heart, a golden heart. Award today is a responsibility that has been given to us women, not Dr. Mariam, but for all of us women to make sure we work for peace in our homes.
The event was capped with the crowning as Mama Africa of the brain behind the inspiration of driving the Women for Peace in Nigeria in recognition of her activities beyond the shores of Nigeria. In Abuja, Ngozi Technique, NTA News. And let's peep into the world of sports. Now, Nigeria is aiming to make history to becoming the first African nation ever to host the Commonwealth Games with a bid in for the 2030 edition. Anticipation is high as the Commonwealth Games bid evaluation committee visited Abuja to assess facilities at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium for Nigeria. Now, the 2030 Games are more than 7 years away, but preparation is already intense against competition from India, Canada. The stakes, of course, couldn't be higher. Here is Austin Demudu as he brings forth the sights and sounds and, of course, the hubs behind this preliminary inspection.
It's a pleasure to declare the 22nd Commonwealth Games open.
The Commonwealth Games is an event that brings together athletes from across the Commonwealth of Nations. This international multi-sports event is organized every 4 years. The next edition of the Commonwealth Games will be hosted in Glasgow, Scotland in 2026.
The last time Nigeria made an attempt to host the Commonwealth Games was in 2007. 18 years later, Nigeria is back again with another bid to host the 2030 edition.
The bid for the 2030 Commonwealth Games from Nigeria and India are being considered by the Commonwealth Games Federation. Already, the 2030 Commonwealth Games Evaluation Committee are in Nigeria to meet with relevant stakeholders and inspect designated facilities proposed in the bid.
We're really excited to see all the wonderful venues and just to see all the passion and all the people that have pulled together such an exciting proposition for Commonwealth sport and for Nigeria for the future.
You will be convinced that Nigeria is really committed and is able, more than able, and have the capabilities and the possibilities to host what I will term the best games ever in the Commonwealth.
The Nigerian Television Authority, as critical stakeholders, is poised towards providing all expertise and platforms to ensure that Nigerians have access to quality transmission throughout the Games. The competition to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games seems to be between Nigeria and India.
Do what we need to do within 5 years and be ready for 2030, meaning we have to be ready at least by the tail end of 2028, because anything from 2029 will be fine-tuning what you've got.
The priority right now for me, for the National Sports Commission, is to prioritize our sporting infrastructure, not looking for international, trying to host international competition. That shouldn't be our priority at the moment.
Interestingly, since the inception of the Games in 1930, Nigeria's best performance was in Birmingham 2022, finishing 7th in the medals table. Could Nigeria surpass this performance in Glasgow 2026? Or could the hosting rights of the 2030 edition of the Commonwealth Games be awarded to Nigeria? Only time shall tell. In Abuja, Austin, Edemodu, NTA News.
Preparation, preparation, preparation. That's all we need to win it, Austin. Bade Adeleye is standing by for details. Bade, we've just ended the World Athletics Games. I don't know, what is it about Nathaniel being on the table? I know that Toby Bullet is the only silver we are recording.
Well, Nathaniel's time will finally come one day. We think, we believe it's, sometime soon. But, it was very unlucky in the 400 meters hurdles, finishing 4th. And we had the back and forth that came to 3rd and returned to 4th. But,
so no upturning of the third of the the first winner. We hear that was upturned and he got the bronze. Was that just a fluke?
No. He got it back. They won the appeal. But Nathaniel also said he never wanted it to come his way that way. So, fair play.
All right, thank you.
Right, welcome to Sports Update. Let's begin from the World Athletics Championships as Team Nigeria rounded off their campaign at the 2025 World Athletics Championship in Tokyo with just one silver medal to finish in the overall medals table. World 100 meters hurdles record holder got Nigeria's only medal. That's Toby Amuson after finishing second in the women's 100 meters hurdles final. In the overall medal standings, Team USA secured 16 gold medals and record 26 medals to emerge overall champions. Kenya finished second with 7 gold medals. Canada, Netherlands, and Botswana complete the top 4. And to football now. Let's return home and let you know that the Nigeria Premier Football League returned for match day 5 games, where Niger Tornadoes moved to second spot on the league table after defeating Ikorodu City 4-2 on Sunday, and it was a 6-goal thriller. Elsewhere in Ibadan, Shooting Stars secured their first victory of the season with a hard-fought 2-1 win over Kun Khalifat. And Yenagoa, Nasarawa United secured the only away win of the day after a vital 2-1 victory against Bayelsa United in Aba. And Yimba of Aba came out tops in a 5-goal thriller against Bendel Insurance, while El Kanemi Warriors defeated Warri Wolves by a lone goal. And to the continental level, we reigning Nigeria Premier Football League champions, Remo Stars, secured a dominant and, of course, very resounding 4-0 victory against Versatile Zulumaju of Democratic Republic of Congo in the first leg of their 2025-2026 CAF Champions League preliminary round fixture. In the Confederation Cup, Kwara United's 3 goals were not enough as they failed to host Asante Kotoko of Ghana in a 7-goal thriller, while another Nigerian club, Abia Warriors, managed a 1-0 draw against visiting Joliba AC of Mali. And straight to Europe now, the United Kingdom, England to be precise, as Arsenal Manchester City played out a 1-0 draw earlier today in the Premier League. Erling Haaland had given the visitors the lead in the 9th minute, only for Gabriel Martinelli to grab a late equalizer in the 93rd minute. In other results, 10-man Sunderland held Aston Villa to a 1-0 draw, while the counter between Bournemouth and Newcastle ended in a barren draw. Another draw for United, talking about Newcastle. That does it on Sports Tonight. Let's return.
I know you
Claire.
thought I was
No
going
win
to
for
ask
Arsenal.
you thought I was going to ask you about Arsenal.
No win for Arsenal, Claire.
Arsenal did what Chelsea couldn't do. Thank you, Badi.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let's check the weather forecast for Monday.
Welcome to the weather forecast. Monday is expected to bring wet and windy conditions across most parts of the country. In the north and the north central cities, scattered thunderstorms are likely, accompanied by periods of rain and strong wind. Meanwhile, the southern regions can expect more widespread thunderstorm activity affecting most areas throughout the day. These weather events are most likely to occur during the afternoon and evening hours. So residents are advised to plan accordingly and stay updated with the latest alerts. And that's it for now. Stay safe and have a great day. I'm Sefia Sayunusa.
And that's the news on Newsline. Don't go away. The flight is just about to take off.
In the beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodimma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
The greatest gifts we can give our youth is access to knowledge, wisdom and truth, so they can rise, succeed and lead. That's why President Tinubu has planted the seed. He is investing billions in education to build a strong, smart generation. Run through their funds, so but so wise, so every student can learn with pride. We rise with hope, we build our nation. Every child will pave the way. Efforts we put in our youth first, a brighter future is on the way. We never.
Nigeria Comeback Story is not yet complete, but it is firmly underway. Renewing hopes, rebuilding Nigeria. Powered by Citizen Connect Initiative.
Cadbury hot chocolate, crafted from cocoa, milk, and sugar. Creamy, chocolatey, frothy goodness, rich taste, so satisfying.
Cadbury 3-in-1 hot chocolate, the treat you deserve.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial star 900 hash and recharge 100 naira or more before 5 p.m. and you could be a millionaire. At 7 p.m., all cash prizes will be paid directly into your Momo account. Dial star 900 hash. Start recharging now and stand a chance to win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo.
Nivea Black and White Deodorant, now with 72-hour protection. But what does that mean? 3 cities in 3 days and no fear of sweat and odor. 120 dances with skin as smooth as the moon. Sweat, stain and odor protection. Nivea Black and White Deodorant. Skin is for embracing life. Nivea is for skin.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria. attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comb out on Malaria Gone.
70 years, a life defined not just by age, but by purpose. From humble beginnings in Ughelli, Alfred Okoigan has always believed in the power of knowledge, of discipline. As founder of Arco Group, he built one of Nigeria's most respected indigenous energy companies, creating jobs, transferring knowledge.
I can't consider myself successful until I know this institution, ARCO, is going to outlive me.
He's honored the brilliant minds of our diaspora, supported tomorrow's champions, and uplifted causes that reflect the greatness he sees in Nigeria. As a husband and father, he has led with quiet strength and unwavering values. Today, we celebrate not just 70 years of Alfred Okoigan, but 70 years of purpose, generosity, and service to others. Happy 70th birthday, Alfred Okoigan.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us on Newsline tonight. And it's happening here on the network service of the NTA. Now, for many, many children, looking up at the stars is a moment of wonder. But for hundreds of school children in Abuja, that wonder turns into reality as they spoke live with an astronaut aboard the International Space Station, an historic first ever for Nigeria. Now, inside the packed hall, students across FCT asked questions about life in zero gravity, now the view of Earth from space and the future of space travel. Let's join Austin Bemui for more on this.
One after the other, they filed in. Hundreds of eager students from 20 schools across the Federal Capital Territory, wide-eyed, clutching notebooks and buzzing with curiosity. Their destination? The National Space Research and Development Agency, NASA. Their mission? To touch the stars without ever leaving Abuja. But this was more than a school excursion. It was Nigeria's first ever live link-up between students and an astronaut aboard the International Space Station. A giant leap for the nation's space education. And inside NASDA's hall, the air was electric. Young stars like Ekobi Chiduben Alan from Kailan International School sat at the edge of their seats, waiting for the moment when space would stop being something they only saw in books and become something they could speak to.
Right now, we don't rely so much on artificial intelligence, but we do rely a lot on...
And then it happened. The voice of NASA astronaut Zena Cadman aboard the International Space Station. The room froze for a split second, then erupted. Gasps, applause, cheers. A voice from 400 kilometers above Earth was speaking directly to them.
Hello. How do you stay connected with family and loved ones while in space? Over.
We're very lucky to have pretty good internet, so I can send emails and I can make calls on a satellite phone. It's really important to stay in touch. Over.
Questions poured in from what it feels like to see Earth from space to how astronauts sleep in zero gravity.
Working on radio communications and water reclamation.
And every answer came in real time, floating across the void from orbit to Abuja, sparking wonder and igniting ambition in the next generation of scientists.
We've never had any...
For NASDA's Director General, this wasn't just a school event. It was national turning point.
I can see astronauts among you. I can see great physicists. I can see many professionals among all of you.
He urged the students to celebrate President Bola Tinubu and the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Jeffrey Naji, for providing the leadership that made this first in Nigeria space call possible. At the end of the day, every school received a certificate, but what the students took home was far bigger.
I asked her a question. What role does artificial intelligence or robotics play in your daily space operation?
I can't wait to go back and tell them how I asked the questions to an astronaut all the way in space and stuff like that.
Courage, inspiration, and a dream that one day a Nigerian name might be called from space. Not as a student on the ground, but as an astronaut aboard.
All right, education is the bedrock of society and light that guides children towards a brighter future. In Ubuku-Agwata local government area of Anambra State, that light just became brighter and more tangible. For years, pupils of the model nursery and primary school, Ubuku, learned in overcrowded classrooms. But today, hope came in the form of a brand new 6-classroom block built and donated by Total Energies and its partners. Parents, teachers, and community leaders gathered for the official inauguration and handover. It was a moment many described as life-changing for their children. Joy Ilebo brings us the details.
It was more than just the opening of a school building. It is the beginning of a brighter tomorrow for the children of Model Nursery and Primary School Ibuku, as the dream of learning in a safe and conducive environment has become a reality.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
I'm so happy saying that may God bless the people that build the school for us.
I feel happy because I thank God. Now they are going to use this space.
The structure, with 6 classrooms equipped with chairs and modern learning facilities and gadgets, the teachers and community leaders say will improve access to quality education in Ubuku.
I want to thank God and I want to thank them to continue in this gesture, serving God and humanity, providing for the less privileged, especially for the children.
We are going to utilize them to the glory of God. As supposed.
There's no question that this is the first kind of project, of this kind of project in Aguada local government. And the difference it's going to make is incredible.
For Total Energies and its partners, the project is a strategic investment in human capital development and part of a larger commitment of investing in education.
This investment, whose location has been carefully chosen to make the most impact, is targeted at supporting the government's efforts at reducing the number of out-of-school children in many parts of Nigeria today.
You can see the way it splits, it has 2 wings, okay? And also you have 2 sets of convenience toilets. Each side has 4 toilets and a set of wash hand basins.
A similar project comprising 12 classrooms, offices and other facilities was also executed at Ogbomosho Grammar School in Oyo State.
It is a great joy for we people of Ogbomosho because BSC have been going around to campaign for all these things, to invite our people, our children to come home to do something better.
It's a thing of joy to Ogbomosho people and to Ogbomosho land.
They should ensure that the facilities are well kept and maintained for greater future generations.
We say a very big thank you, and it will be used for the advancement of the teaching learning process.
We are going to make you proud. We are going to develop ourselves very well.
Focus on our story and improve in every area and every way.
Total Energies integrated energy company markets energies, oils, natural and green gases, renewables, and electricity.
All right, we're still talking education. Wide for setting standards and current students, the National Examinations Council, NECO, took a different turn, this time scoring itself by rewarding its own. In a ceremony designed to recognize dedication and inspire healthy competition, NECO celebrates its staff at the 2024 Staff Productivity Awards, honoring excellence, diligence, and service to the nation. The recipients described it as a proud moment that underscored years of hard work and commitment behind the scenes of Nigeria's examination system. For management, it was a way of reaffirming the council's culture of integrity and productivity. Fatima Aliu brings us the sights and sounds of that event.
Excellence is said to be the heartbeat of the National Examination Council (NECO), and so it roll out drums to celebrate dedication, teamwork, and ethical service as a way of reaffirming the council's mission to deliver credible, timely, and fair assessment that protects the future of Nigeria. Described as the unsung heroes of the council, NECO's workforce whose daily efforts sustain the council's credibility, reaffirming their collective resolve to uphold the highest standards in service to the nation's students were recognized in various categories.
I feel very, very honored that NECO has recognized the strength of the persons who put NECO together. We thank God that our effort is being recognized.
All people working under me or working with me knows that I don't joke with work. Hard work, they say, pays.
I feel honored. For after years in service, you are remembered to be honored.
I appreciate the council for appreciating my efforts. It motivates me to do more.
Best performing students in the 2024 National Common Entrance Examination, Gifted Examination, Basic Education Certificate Examination (BECE), and Senior School Certificate Examination received awards and cash prizes.
The power stage speaks not just in farming, not just in power, but also in appreciation.
I feel happy that at least it's not just that you just work hard and then they don't do anything. At least hard work is celebrated here.
I feel excited that I have been recognized as one of the brilliant students.
I'm grateful to God to receive this award, and this tells you that hard work pays. So just bear whatever you have to do to get it.
Registrar and Chief Executive NECO, Professor Denteni Ibrahim Wushishi, emphasized the council's commitment to serving as a beacon of reliability, integrity, and pursuit of quality in Nigerians' educational assessment landscape.
We found that these steps that we have taken is inspiring the staff, that many wants to work hard to make sure that they are recognized. The overall goal is to strengthen the system and make it sustainable, to respond to demands of Nigerian children within Nigeria and abroad, and make sure that what is coming from education in Nigeria is qualitative, respected and credible, acceptable worldwide.
We are here to applaud the men and women whose commitment to service has elevated the standard of public administration and educational integrity in Nigeria.
Stakeholders applauded NECO's gesture, saying the recognition reinforces the value of hard work in an era which public service is often undervalued. NECO was established 26 years ago with a key mandate to provide a reliable national examination system for Nigerians.
Right, away from education. For many Nigerians battling mental health challenges or aging without family support, access to care and dignity can feel out of reach. In Aguleri, Anambra State, that reality is changing as evangelist Ibuka Obi, founder of Zion Prayer Mountain Outreach, establishes a free psychiatric hospital and an old people's home, offering treatment, shelter, and renewed hope to society's most vulnerable. The facility, officially inaugurated by Governor Charles Soludo, combines trained medical personnel, rehabilitation services, and a serene environment. It stands as a milestone in community service and promises dignity for the elderly, especially professional care for those with mental health needs, all completely free of charge. And that's the catch. Here is Jane Francis Obi.
It is a moment in Anambra State as some of society's most vulnerable, the mentally challenged, and the elderly are to benefit from a groundbreaking free medical service, a brand new 600 million naira state-of-the-art facility built by the Seraphic Homes Foundation, a non-profit arm of the Zion Prayer Movement Outreach under the leadership of Evangelist Chukwebuka Obi, stands as a beacon of care and dignity for people often forgotten.
To the glory of God, we now commission this in the name of the Father, and the name of the Son, and the name of the Holy Spirit.
Governor Charles Soludo describes the project as a landmark in healthcare and social services.
Someone was speaking, they talked about electricity and transformer. And we are going to the transformer so that electricity. That Soludo Road, we will come very quickly and get it done.
For Evangelist Ebuka Obi, the vision behind this initiative is deeply personal and the ministry's mission of transforming lives. He announces plans to replicate similar projects in other states to ensure more people get the help they need.
It has been my dream to have a free facilities for them. And today my dream has come to pass. And do you know that the 7 buildings here can contain like 500 mad people at the same time? About 500 beds. So, it's a history. And my plan is that the next move will be Enugu, Ebonyi, Abia.
Across the gathering, a wave of excitement and gratitude swept through the community as leaders, caregivers, and families praised the project as a timely intervention that would help remove mentally challenged persons from the streets and give neglected elderly people a place of care and healing.
Those who made this possible, congrats to them, congrats to all.
Symbolically, Governor Soludo planted a tree within the compound, a gesture representing growth, life, and the lasting impact the facility aims to create for generations to come.
Well done. You're watching Newsline. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue with our flight.
The game is changing, consumers are winning, businesses are serving, every consumer needs. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. FCCPC is watching. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. FCCPC is watching. Listen to the voice of the consumer. Say that with your service, so be good with your product. Every consumer is free. Ever promise to work and deliver a village. Deliver what you promised. Refund when you can't deliver.
Yes, every business must play fair and deliver what they promise. Never promise the world and deliver a village. FCCPC, promoting choice, ensuring fairness.
For over 2 decades, we've poured our hearts and resources into life-changing initiatives across the nation. With education shaping new possibilities, healthcare bringing hope and healing. Good doesn't inspire from a distance. It comes from removing the everyday obstacles faced by real people. And economic empowerment, driving growth. So when we help lift one, they have the power to lift others too. Our story isn't written in boardrooms, it's woven in the lives that we touch. As we take steady steps, let's turn them into giant strides together.
Mom's Pride seasoning cubes, now available in Kayamia flavor. A perfect blend of ingredients like garlic, ginger, onion, cloves, and many more. Mom's Pride Kayamia, Mom's Pride the Dawa, and Mom's Pride beef flavor. Mom's Pride. Share the pride.
It's the choices you make that set you apart from being good to being great. Choice? Nivea Men Deep Body Lotion with Max Tech, powered by Black Cavern. Gives you both dark wood fragrance and 48-hour moisture. And my other top choice for all-day freshness, Nivea Men Deep Roll-On for 72-hour protection and fragrance with Max Tech, powered by Black Cavern. Skin is for playing it smart. Nivea is for skin.
Big day ahead.
Delicious Ovaltine. Smart choice for smart kids.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes. That's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic. And enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
In today's fast-paced world, staying ahead demands peak performance.
Like never before, our bodies need an optimum supply of essential nutrients, and Supermalt supports our daily nutritional needs.
Supermalt has 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and natural extracts for overall health and wellness. One Supermalt a day gives you energy and vitality, improves your mental performance, and supports your immunity.
Nivea Black and White Deodorant, now with 72-hour protection. But what does that mean? 3 cities in 3 days, and no fear of sweat and odor. 120 done, with skin as smooth as the moon. Sweat, stain, and odor protection. Nivea Black and White Deodorant. Skin is for embracing life. Nivea is for skin.
TerraCube. Unwrap joy. Unleash taste.
Welcome back to Newsline on the network service. And now for a few hours in Kaduna, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu set aside the trappings of his office to embrace tradition. Now, he stepped away from his presidential duties to act as Wali of Nasaruddin Abdulaziz Yari, son of Senator Abdulaziz Yari. In Islamic culture, the Wali is a guardian, representative, and witness to the sacred vows of marriage. By taking on this role personally, the president not only honored the Yari family, but also underscored the values of trust, kingship, and humility. Now, at the heart of the Nigerian society, the colorful ceremony gathered political leaders, traditional rulers, and ordinary Nigerians alike in a display of unity and celebration. Mohammed Umar Ojingi was there.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu arrived in Kaduna to attend the wedding of Nasiruddin Abdulaziz Yari, son of Senator Abdulaziz Yari and the former governor of Zamfara State. He was received with full honors by dignitaries, traditional leaders, and the military officers.
National salute! Please,
It was a presidential wedding, as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu proceeded to Sultan Bello Mosque, where he stood in as the representative of the groom's family. After the payment of 1 million naira dowry, the Imam officially pronounced the latest couple of the moment, Nasiruddin Abdulaziz Yari and his bride Sefia Shehu Idris, as husband and wife. Prominent personalities from across the country, including governors, lawmakers, traditional rulers, and captains of industries, gathered here at Sultan Bello Mosque, a testament to Nigeria's rich cultural diversity and the far-reaching goodwill of Senator Abdulaziz Yari's family.
Excellency Senator Yari is a man of the people. You can see our overall, the president of this country, His Excellency Ahmed Bola Tinubu is here.
APC is the only national party that has a national appearance and national resemblance, and that's what you can see here over here. Despite religious differences, tribal differences, we're all here. We're all in the mosque.
Minimum of half our representative members are here on the spot, and that's a solidarity.
The significant thing is that everybody is here. It is a meeting of both Christians and Muslims, because the unity of this country is far more important than any other thing, than any faith where you belong to.
I advise them to abide by the rules and regulations guiding the marriage. So I wish them all the best.
Former Governor Yari has made it possible for most of us who are from the south to be part of this social gathering here, this marriage. And so wherever you find yourself as a Nigerian, try and build bridges.
Setting the for the couple. Family members, friends, and well-wishers all converge here united in joy.
Alhamdulillah, I pray that Allah should keep them together.
So happy for my sister watching her step into a new life of her own.
He found the lovers of his life. One heartfelt message that echoed through this crowd is, may this union be blessed with joy, love, prosperity, and a lifetime of happiness.
And we say Amen. Now the SNUP Yaya Abubakar has every reason to thank Almighty Allah for his rare blessings and privileges. Now marking 22 years on the throne while upholding a tradition that spans centuries and also celebrating his 73rd birthday is indeed very remarkable. In a spirit of gratitude, the SNUP chose to mark the twin milestones with a heartfelt though celebration, reaching out to the less privileged across his emirate to share joy and support. Musa Makhaib reports is here presented.
73 years of life, 22 of them as a monarch, a journey of leadership, faith and service. For the SNP and chairman, Niger State Council of Traditional Rulers, Yahya Bakar, this milestone, according to him, is an opportunity to give back. Instead of the usual pomp, the SNP chose prayers, gratitude and compassion. A special thanksgiving was held to appreciate Almighty Allah for his health, wisdom and the grace to lead his people. This year, the focus shifted to the less privileged. The royal father visited the medium custodial center, the Federal Medical Center, the General Hospital, Bidda School and Home for the Blind, and other institutions, offering hope, gifts, and prayers. Significantly, the monarch paid homage to history at Rabah in Mokwa local government area, the resting place of Malan Dindu, founder of the Fulani dynasty in the Bidda Emirate, whose descendants established the three ruined houses of Usman Zaki, Masaba, and Umaru Majigi. Cash and food items were distributed to the needy, putting smiles on the faces of his subjects.
We are so happy for that gift. May Allah continue to bless him.
We appreciate him. I wish him happy birthday and more years to come.
My eyes is full of tears of the kindness of His Majesty, my father, my king, and all of the good feelings of these people that brought the joy today. It's unbelievable.
Duk abin da bani
karɓa ni kai. Ban da kowa sai Allah. In ce mai na gode Allah saka da hari Allah shanya mu gidan aljanna.
At the International Vocational Academy in Bidda, 105 young graduates received certificates in diverse skills from entrepreneurship to computer applications, a testament to the monarch's belief in empowering youth.
Extend this kind of gratitude that God has given to on other people who are less privileged. We believe strongly in that principle of caring, volunteerism, and knowing that this life is full of challenges.
Former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Hajia Aisha Ndanusa Ahmad, also joined the gesture by distributing startup funds to cooperative societies in Bidda, reinforcing a cycle of support for the community. Esunupe Yahya Abakar's life at 73 stands as a living example of humility, service, and generosity, inspiring others to lead with compassion.
Now, the ancient city of Osogbo, famous worldwide for the annual Osun Osogbo Festival, is once again aglow with color and excitement. But this time around, the convergence is not for the festival. Instead, indigenous dignitaries and well-wishers gathered to celebrate a royal milestone, the 15th coronation anniversary of the Ataoja of Osogbo, Oba Jimoh Oyetunji Olanipekun. The celebration showcased a monarch whose reign has preserved the city's rich cultural heritage, while of course steering it towards progress and unity. Kadi Aladusu reports that the atmosphere reflected a deep bond between the Ataoja and his people.
With an illumination of a royal grandeur, Osogbo came alive as dignitaries, sons and daughters of the land converged to honor a revered monarch, the Ataoja of Osogbo, Oba Jimoh Oyetunji Olanipekun Laroye II, on the 15th anniversary of his ascension to the ancestral throne. For the Oba and well-wisher, the anniversary is a time to reflect on the inspiring story of the life of Oba Olanipekun, chronicled in an 18-chapter biography titled Crowned by Fate, captures a journey of destiny and divine orchestration. The book reviewer notes how his emergence as Ataoja was steeped in tradition yet guided by providence.
This celebration is that of incredible achievement, expansion, and modernization of Osogbo.
In a grand display of Osogbo's rich heritage, the coronation anniversary climaxed with a colorful carnival where indigenes from different homesteads came together, celebrating their shared culture under one royal umbrella. Oba Jimoh Olanipekun, visibly moved by the outpouring of love, thanks his people for their unflinching support over the years and promised to keep Osogbo as a beacon of tradition and progress.
My advice to them is that they must work cooperatively so that they will ensure progress among themselves. They should not quarrel with one another. Let those who have assist those who are less privileged. God is the provider for all.
I pray that he shall do many more in good health.
He will live long with the understanding that he has a responsibility for this town, this city.
My advice for him is that he should continue doing good as he has been doing. And I pray that God will give him more strength.
Oba Jimoh Oyetunji Olanipekun Laroye II ascended the throne as the 16th Ataoja of Osogbo on the 10th of September 2010. 15 years on, His people say his leadership continues with modernity. Oba Olanipekun's reign is celebrated in the palace and in the hearts of his people.
And the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, is at the heart of messages today as fun words. And of course, one message is continuing to come in. We've just received this one from the Governing All Progressives Congress, APC, praising the remarkable impact of the First Lady of Nigeria on the occasion of her 65th birthday. Now, in a statement signed by the National Publicity Secretary, Felix Morka, describe her as a mother figure with a trailblazing record in philanthropy, touching millions of lives through Renewed Hope Initiative and New Era Foundation. Now, the statement further notes the excellent role the First Lady has played and continue to play in supporting President Bola Tinubu through his public service and as a pro-democratic icon in the nation's history, and prayed for her long life, sound health, and continued service to the nation and humanity. And this one is from Senator Florence Itagiwa, describing the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu as a beacon of strength and compassion, embodying dignity in leadership and devotion in service. She praised her tireless humanitarian works, unwavering commitments to the upliftment of women, youth, and the less privileged. She also prayed for abundant grace and the fulfillment of our heart's desires. All right, congratulations to the First Lady once again. Now, famous estate developer Odibola Properties has launched a new product, Peace Park Estate, in Alu Mboro community in the Ikwere local government area of River State. Now, Peace Park Estate is strategically located off Port Harcourt International Airport, Omagwa Road, and offers over 500 plots of land to interested buyers and investors. Joel Uzo reports that the move complements current efforts from various quarters to addressing housing deficit in River State.
Peace Park Estate has approximately 500 plots designed for luxury apartments that meet modern-day realities for residential and business use. Chief Executive Officer of Odibola Properties, owners of Peace Park Estate, Bolaji Oshobukola, says the estate, which is located in a prime area along the Port Harcourt International Airport Road, has provision for medical and recreational facilities.
We are not just selling Peace Park. Within the area we have the Harmony Estate, which we are finished selling, and we are rounding up with the infrastructure. It's just within 1 year interval. We've done the light infrastructure, we've done the drainages, we've done the access. You can go there and see how beautiful it is. We started with about 17.5 million. The property is within 50 million. So Odibola sells value. And value cannot be sold if property does not have infrastructure. For those who want to invest in Peace Park, they can start building immediately because we will allocate you within 24 hours. While we are doing our drainages and our road, you are also developing, so we all meet at a point. So it is open for people to come and build because it's a buy and build.
Mr. Oshobukola assures the public and investors that the property is free of any encumbrances, having scaled through all court processes to establish ownership, a fact corroborated by one of the vendors of the property.
It's not a land grabber. I was part of the Doctors Union that acquired properties here from Mbodo community, 2010 and 2011. So we, after a long process of inactivity, we tried to let the place to Odibola. So whatever you see him doing here today is not on his own. We are solidly behind him.
Ace comedian Bright Okocha, fondly called Basket Mouth, and well-known Port Harcourt-based skit maker Sabinus added spice to the flag of ceremony, describing Odibola Properties and Peace Park Estate as a trusted and reliable brand.
I encourage everyone to try as much as possible. If you don't have the money, look for it. Invest. The location is prime. The environment is new, and so you can take advantage of the space. And you're also expanding the community.
One thing I will tell people is when you see peace, you embrace peace. And Odibola, we've been changing the narratives about property acquisition. From the first day, 10 years ago when we hit the ground running, telling people that you can do business with us and go to sleep, that mantra has not changed.
All my properties, everything I have is through Odibola, and I can recommend him to anybody, any day, anytime, and say, buy with Odibola, and it's a go.
Gospel artist Shema Jesus thrilled guests with her performance. Early buyers and investors have been promised good value for their investment on Odibola properties.
With basketball and Sabina's there. All right. Oh. All right. Now, not too long ago, Annie Daniels took us through the golden ticket hustle where landlords smile with keys while tenants wrestle numbers on their calculators trying to keep up. So tonight on Newsline, Annie Lionheart returns with part 2. This time, spotlight shifts to the law. Does it protect both tenants and landlords equally or leave one side at the mercy of the other? Let's join Annie Daniels as she explores the human stories behind Abuja's rental laws, the struggles, and the push for a fairer balance.
The first question I asked our respondents was simple. How cordial is your relationship with your landlord or tenants?
The landlord that I stay as a tenant in his house, he was nice to me.
My landlord is a friendly man.
The most nonchalant person I've ever met in my life. Because he doesn't take care of anything. It is when money reach, you want to finish your life.
Interestingly, despite several attempts, not a single landlord wanted to go on record. Could it be that the allegations against them are true? Remember, this is all about the effectiveness of tenancy laws. So I asked, how many Abuja residents are even aware of the laws guiding landlord-tenant relationships?
I know about the one in Lagos very well. Because the law in Lagos concerning landlord and tenants is different from the one they are using in Nigeria. Yes, in Nigeria generally, because Lagos is another thing entirely, so it's straightforward. Your landlord cannot just evict you. Your landlord cannot just increase your rent. Your landlord have to give you, you have to spend 3 years before you can increase your rent, and your increments must not be more than highest 20%. Compared to what they do in Abuja, that and landlord cannot collect more than 1 year. In Abuja, yes, 2 years.
I don't know much about that. I don't really know of any law of the government. I've not seen it. I've not studied it.
The answers revealed what many already suspect, an ongoing tug of war between landlords and tenants.
No more problems. Everywhere you go experience them now.
The law that is applicable to Abuja was a law that was handed over from the colonial days, which is Recovery of Premises Act. The law recognized the landlord as the owner of the property, tenant somebody who wants to rent the premises or who rent the premises and occupy for a period of time as agreed between the landlord and the tenant.
Take Lagos State, for instance. It has domesticated tenancy laws that were recently updated. Among them, landlords cannot demand more than 3 months' rent in advance from existing tenants. Landlords must issue rent receipts to tenants, and rent receipts must clearly detail every payment made.
We are all witness to the fact that in the past, some landlords, after collecting millions of naira, will issue receipts that cannot be presentable in court or even at the embassy.
Tenancy agreement fees should not exceed 10% of annual rent. Evictions can only happen through due legal process. Tenancy disputes can be taken to either a high court or a magistrate court.
When we packed into that house, what the man told us is that if you stayed a month without paying his rent, he will come and throw you out, and if you see him to the court, you will still lose.
Go to station, go to lawyer, and they will tell you, now maybe the house for it. Except the government try and bring something to that issue and work together with the landlord, with the CDA, so that they can
decrease this, not increase.
It should apply to not Lagos, Abuja only, other states too.
That law that we are even talking about, the Recovery of Premises Act, is an old law, is moribund. It ought to have been repealed by now. All the places like Lagos, they keep, amending their own. But what happened to Abuja that the National Assembly, it's only the National Assembly that can make law binding Abuja. What happened to them that all this while the laws of 18th century is the one that we are using today?
Okay, you've heard it all. For both landlords and tenants, tenancy laws are about accountability, fairness, and clarity, all long overdue in Abuja's fast-growing housing market. Our respondents say they can't wait for the old, outdated tenancy practices to be replaced with modern rules that protect both sides. After all, Abuja may be a beautiful and prosperous city, but too many residents still face the grip of Shylock landlords.
And we need to, do a part three. We need to get the landlords to also speak. Then you have, it will be a balanced report because right now the landlords are at the receiving end. Anyway, thank you. Now, once celebrated as the Jerusalem of the coast, Ayetoro in Ilaje local government area of Ondo State now faces an uncertain future. Relentless sea incursion is almost swallowing homes and displacing families, and also creeping fishing, which is the lifeblood of people there. Now, beyond the loss of land and livelihoods and centuries-old traditions that are under threat, as the waves eat deeper into the heart of this community, Paul Omokago captured the voices of residents battling to save their heritage and explores the federal government's intervention plans aimed at salvaging Ayetoro and other endangered coastal communities.
Stretching across the Atlantic for nearly 180 kilometers, Ilaja local government area in Ondo State boasts Nigeria's longest coastline. But behind the striking geography lies a community fighting for survival. Ayetoro, founded in the 1940s by a devout group known as Omoba Jason, Children of the Lord Jesus, was once a thriving fishing settlement celebrated for its communal way of life. Today, it lives under the shadow of a rising tide. For decades, repeated sea incursions have eaten away at homes, churches, and schools. Families who have lived here for generations now watch the ocean advance, claiming land they once called their own.
It was our friend before, it's our farm, because we are mainly fishermen in Ayetoro community. It is the fishing activity that they did that made them to develop Ayetoro community to the extent of international standard.
For the past 20 years now, we have been experiencing an incessant ocean surge that has wreaked havoc on the community, destroying properties worth billions.
Experts link the unrelenting erosion and flooding to climate change, warning that without urgent measures, Ayetoro and other Ilaje coastal towns could disappear from the map.
They are attributing the cause of all this sea incursion. They have been attributing it to global warming and climate change and every other thing. But me, I believe that it is the oil exploration and exploitation going on at our offshore here that is causing a lot of havoc to this community.
Ayetoro is sinking. Time is thinking. And the elders are depressed and in gloom, seeing the labors of their hands being washed away by the sea. It is a sorry state and it's devastating. We need help now. We believe that this administration is rebuilding Nigeria. Help us.
In response, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has completed an assessment of Ayetoro. The federal government says it plans extensive interventions, including land reclamation, sand filling, shoreline protection, and the construction of foreshore walls once the rains subside. But for residents, hope lies not just in policy, but in actions that can save their homes, heritage, and way of life from the ocean's relentless push.
All right, let's take another break. Newsline will be right back.
Great things are happening on the Bet Niger mobile app. Enjoy betting services on a different level in the new season. Access a wide variety of betting options. Bet on your favorite sports with great odds. Win big with Bet Builder. Get great bonuses and promos. Withdraw your winnings with zero stress. Download the Bet Niger app from the Apple App Store and Google Play Store today.
It's the choices you make that set you apart from being good to being great. My choice? Nivea Men Deep Body Lotion with Max Tech, powered by Black Carbon. Gives you both dark wood fragrance and 48-hour moisture. And my other top choice for all-day freshness, Nivea Men Deep Roll-On for 72-hour protection and fragrance with Max Tech, powered by Black Carbon. Skin is for playing it smart. Nivea is for skin.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. One cube, endless possibilities.
Big day ahead.
Delicious Ovaltine. Smart choice for smart kids.
Sonia, tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stop? Dishes come alive with so much taste.
Sonia tomato mix in a pouch. The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial star 900 hash and recharge 100 naira or more before 5 p.m. and you could be a millionaire. At 7 p.m., all cash prizes will be paid directly into your Momo account. Dial star 900 hash. Start recharging now and stand a chance to win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo.
Yanzu yarinyar nan har ta manta gida? Bari in dafa.
Mom's Pride seasoning cubes, now available in Kayamia flavor. A perfect blend of ingredients like garlic, ginger, onion, cloves, and many more. Mom's Pride Kayamia, Mom's Pride Dadawa, and Mom's Pride beef flavor. Mom's Pride. Share the pride.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes.
A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
Guys, food is ready.
Cook to impress.
Now, this is the kind of story that makes you shudder. A child barely 10 years old accused of witchcraft by her sister-in-law and punished in the most horrific way. In Bauchi State, that happened. Little Karima Abubakar is fighting for her life after her sister-in-law allegedly inserted a hot metal into her private part. A cruel act born out of superstition and ignorance. Our correspondent, Mariam Obala, reports.
A shocking allegation of witchcraft in Toro local government area of Bauchi State has left a young girl severely injured. According to police, her brother's wife allegedly inserted a hot metal spoon into her private parts. A brutal act now under investigation.
It is my aunt that burnt me, saying I am a witch, but I was taken to 3 different places and they said I am not a witch.
She's been responding to treatment so far, and I can see there's a great improvement on her. Yes, and she's doing all her medication that are all available, and it is being served accordingly. Honestly, the degree is much. Her genital aspect of this thing was actually affected.
The girl, now receiving treatment at the ATBU Teaching Hospital, says she is still in pains, not just from the physical wounds, but also from betrayal. She describes her relationship with her brother's wife before the incident as cordial, never imagining such violence.
She is with her uncles. I was called and informed that Karima is alleged to be a witch, but that was 3 days after the incident.
We want the culprit to take the girl's medication and let her be punished.
The suspect, Zuera Hassan, is in police custody. She narrates to authorities what led to the assault as the case draws outrage from the public.
We put smoke so that the children will not wake up. It is my children that said she is a witch.
Commissioner of Police, Bauchi State Police Command, directed that the case to be transferred to State Criminal Investigation Department for thorough investigation, and he promised to make sure that justice is served accordingly to the affected innocent victims.
The incident reflects a disturbing rise in domestic violence and harmful practices against children. Human rights advocates and law enforcement agencies are demanding stricter punishments for child rights violators to deter future abuse. For this young survivor, healing will take time. But her story highlights the urgent need for communities to reject harmful beliefs and protect the rights of children to ensure that no child endures such cruelty again. Karima, as you can see, is visibly in pain, lying on a hospital bed at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Teaching Hospital, Ward 3, here in Bauchi State. All she needs beside her medication is justice.
So, I really don't know what to say, but we will keep an eye on that story because there are so many issues, that the doctors will need to confirm to us. If there are permanent, impacts to the young girl, and for instance, her fertility status and all that. So we will be keeping an eye on that story. It was a morning of shock and disbelief for residents of Bakassi community in the ETC area of Jalingo in Taraba State on Thursday. Now they woke up to a scene they will not forget in a hurry. Lifeless body of a 19-year-old Comfort Oliver Jimtop, and a 100-level mass communication student of Taraba State University, found in her boyfriend's house. Now the discovery has left friends, neighbors and classmates with questions yet to be answered. Comfort, described as cheerful and ambitious, had dreams of becoming a broadcaster. Those dreams were cut short in circumstances still shrouded in mystery. Police say investigations are ongoing to unravel what happened and how both young lovers ended up dead. Mohammed Sambu brings us details.
Once described as inseparable, Comfort Oliver Jimtop and Emmanuel Kefas are now at the center of a story that has left two families shattered and a community stunned. A 100-level student of Taraba State University in Jalingo, friends say she had been in a long relationship with Emmanuel, who lived just 200 meters away in the same Bakassi community. The relationship is now the heart of a tragedy that has shocked not just two families, but an entire community. Comfort died under unclear circumstances, leaving beloved ones searching for answers and justice. The matter took another twist when days later the boyfriend, Emmanuel Kefas, was found lifeless in Tudiri community a few kilometers from Jalingo. He was a graduate of human kinetics from Taraba State University. At Comfort's family home, grief hangs heavy, her parents still grappling with the reality of their loss. Spoke of a cheerful daughter whose life was cut short before it even began.
She left on Tuesday to Jalingo. She said the lecture was going on. She will go to school. And I say, go. Even if the money is not okay, I will save some product in the market and save money for you, my daughter. She now said, Daddy, I will do as you said. It was only when I heard she was died.
Going there, knock the door, knock, knock, knock. The door was locked. Going to the window side, the window was open and the curtain was at the window side. So I now shift the curtain. So my sister lying lifelessly on the bed of the guy. So I ran home crying, came and met my parents, and my uncle now reported the matter to the police station.
Neighbors say since the incident, many residents of the compound have fled, fearing arrest, making it impossible for Newsline to reach the family. Boyfriend. When the crew visited Taraba State University, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Ruben Jonathan, described the incident as deeply saddening.
We are calling on them to see how they behave very well.
The Taraba State Police Command says investigations are ongoing and that a formal statement will be issued once facts are established. Comfort Oliver Jimtop, a proud member of the Kuteb ethnic nationality, and Emmanuel Kefas, a human kinetics graduate, are remembered by friends, family, and fellow students as bright lights, now extinguished too soon.
Right, we've touched down on Newsline tonight. The journey to nationhood, of course, is still very much in flight. But here's my two-kobo coin. No matter how fierce the storm is, the palm tree will still find a way to dance with the wind. Good night, everyone.